Being single is starting to feel like a punishment. Dream about it. I work a full-time job, I have a business, I have an organization, and I am so tired. It's the lack of intimacy. That definitely feels like a punishment. It feels like capital punishment sometimes. There was
Guys, welcome back to That Liminal Period. It's your girl Chun-Li Shadi. So I've been noticing an increased number of videos on my For You page and on different social media platforms of just young women talking about how lonely they are and how much they want to be in a relationship. Well, anyways, today I wanted to share a video with you guys of a young woman talking about exactly just that. And I'm going to include a couple of comments because there are a lot of people agreeing with her. They seem to be at a loss. I'm going to be sharing some unsolicited advice towards the end of the video. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it.
This is going to be a vulnerable post, and I hope that you guys give me the grace and space to talk about how I feel, because I don't think it's an uncommon feeling, and I also want to know if anybody else can identify with it. Being single is starting to feel like a punishment, and this is coming from somebody who generally really does enjoy being single, and I really value my solitude. Now, I think there are a few things that are playing into this feeling. I can definitely identify that for me personally, I think the emotion is coming from a place where I am longing for somebody else to really care for me. I'm longing for somebody to really want me. I'm longing for somebody to be interested in me genuinely. And before y'all say it, I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for over a year now, and it does work wonders. And I do love myself. I pour into myself. I'm selfish. And I have
Well, then therapy is not working if you're a selfish person, man.
done the work to actually decenter men and relationships, but I am still simultaneously wanting companionship. I think this
Okay, yeah, no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm sorry. I was really gonna give you the grace as you requested earlier on in the video, because I understand the feeling of wanting to be wanted. Okay, like that's what she said. She wants to be the object of desire, and I completely understand that, right? And it can be very frustrating when you want to be that and you feel like you're doing all the things that's required to become that, but still are lonely or alone, I should say, right? Because she mentioned it earlier, but she is someone that enjoys being single. But reading between the lines, she doesn't want to be single. She can enjoy the process of it and enjoy the journey, but she doesn't want to be single. So the thing is, if that's your goal, your therapist should probably doing a better job with you as far as de-centering yourself. Okay? As in, stop being selfish and refocus and realign yourself with the goals that you want to achieve. So you wanting to be desired by, I'm assuming, a man, then you should probably do the work as far as what men desire. Am I making sense?
second thing at play for me is never being anybody's first choice. And it's just so conflicting because I understand that male validation is a check that you can never cash, but
you can cash it. Wait, no, right? You can cash male validation, right? It's like, we understand that most men are attracted to physical looks, first of all, right? So that's the first step. Like, I'm not saying, like, again, like, and I've said this in other videos, but being a pretty face is just not going to be enough. But that is part of it, you know? So
take away the human desire I have to be wanted. And I would like to be wanted by somebody who is a peer, not an older man that just wants somebody younger than him, and definitely not somebody who feels like they're settling for me. There are so many other reasons I don't think I can fit them all in one video, so let me know if y'all want a part 2. But the last point I'm gonna leave you guys on, for me, is just sheer loneliness. I have an amazing friend group, I have great family, and I am always in good company with myself. But I feel like over time, being single, there is a really large part of myself that I constantly have to suppress. And it makes me sad that I don't get to use that piece of myself often enough. That is a desire to nurture somebody, to love somebody, to care for somebody, and just be vulnerable with somebody. I've been reading the comments under my first video, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening. I'm glad that me sharing has opened up the space for you guys to feel seen. But as usual, I had so much more to say, so here is a part 2. One thing that I think is really exhausting about being single, and it's really making it feel like a punishment, is constantly having to do everything for yourself. Let me reiterate, I have a great support system in my friends and in my family, but I think there's this innate desire to actually have somebody who romantically cares for me, do things for me. I've seen videos where people in relationships talk about not having to think and being able to turn their brains off. I dream about that at night. I dream about it. I work a full-time job, I have a business, I have an organization, and I am so tired. A lot of Black women are hyper independent from childhood trauma, me included, and it's led me to this place where it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've been an adult my whole life, and I'm definitely not looking for a partner to heal that wound. But I think it would be therapeutic for anybody to be able to rely on somebody else to get things done or to think of them. Because let's be so for real, taking care of yourself, indulging in self-care can be so exhausting, financially, emotionally, all the ways. The next thing is very vulnerable. It's the lack of intimacy. That definitely feels like a punishment. It feels like capital punishment sometimes.
I'm very surprised because, I mean, it's a great thing, but I guess she's not getting laid. And again, I'm only pointing that out because a lot of people assume that modern Western women are all just out there loosey-goosey. So sounds like she's not getting any physical intimacy.
There was a lady who said that she hadn't had a hug in a long time, and I felt that to my core. I need physical touch. I've always been that way since the time I was a child. There's a phrase for it, and it's called being touch starved, and it actually really affects you mentally and physically. And so when I say the lack of intimacy, I don't just mean on a physical front. I mean being able to share yourself in ways that you don't normally get to on a day-to-day basis when you're doing work. Because a lot of us that are single, we work full-time jobs, we come home and we do more work, whether it's chores, cleaning up, taking care of the kids. A lot of us are not.
See that, and that was the part that modern day feminism did not tell you about. You know, like everyone wanted to work, right? But you guys don't realize that we all only have 24 hours in a day. So yeah, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to be tired, and you're going to
come home and we do more work, whether it's chores, cleaning up, taking care of the kids. A lot of us are not getting the outlet to not function out of the place of like execution. And of course, I'm gonna add that having a good platonic community can definitely help that problem. But there's definitely...
Okay, she keeps bringing up the platonic community, and I just want to provide a little bit of context. She started an organization for Black women to connect and network. Okay, and this is for friends, professional, all the things and all the stuff, but basically platonic relationships with other Black women. And yeah, even though she started this organization and they have meetups and she has a great network of people around her, she is still super duper lonely.
A void that can only be filled by sharing myself physically with somebody who actually loves me and adores me.
And like I mentioned, there were a lot of comments in this section talking about how lonely they were. So you guys can pause at any point and just read it. But so I guess this is the part for the unsolicited advice, and without knowing what her standards are in men and who she's attracted to and who does she consider on par with her, the only thing I can say is, as far as appearance wise, everybody already knows men are looking for fit, feminine, and friendly, cooperative women. So she does not have the box checked for that fit category. And again, I'm not saying every man requires a fit woman, though being fit will increase your chances the most. Okay? Because yes, there are men that are into bigger women, but that's not likely, and apparently they're not liking you right now. So anyways, I'm sorry if that came off a little harsh. I don't know how else to say it, but whatever you're presenting to the world right now is not attractive enough for men to come and approach you. The most beneficial thing to change would be your weight. And so going to the gym, healthier lifestyle, healthier habits will help out with that. So I found another video on her TikTok page that I also wanted to share, because outside of the weight, I think this might be a contributing reason as to why men are not approaching you or relationships are not working out.
Leave quietly. Always leave quietly. If a man ghosts you, don't say anything. Leave quietly. If a man disrespects you, leave quietly. don't say anything. And the reason for that is men thrive off of negative emotions from you. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So when you send those long paragraphs telling him like how much he pissed you off and how you hate him and don't talk to me ever again, that is still a viable emotion that he is getting your energy from. It shows that you care to some degree. I'm telling you, nothing feels better than taking your power back and not saying anything. Leave his ass confused and stuck. Just dismiss him. Start dismissing men. I promise you, it will make your life so peaceful.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I did want to go ahead and share this clip because this is one of the 3 videos that you can pin on your TikTok. She pinned this, meaning that this is something that she wants to be shared. So you're welcome. Got it out there for you. But no, I also think that this is probably a reason why men are not approaching you. If this is one of the 3 videos that you want out there to kind of represent your brand, telling women to leave quietly, telling women to leave silently is showing that you're unable to communicate and unable to have a mature, grown conversation and resolve whatever issues that you might have with the relationship that you were in. And that is a red flag for a lot of people because, especially with the way marriage rates are, divorce rates are, men can't just afford for women to just leave quietly. So anyways, they're avoiding this because it's a red flag. But anyways, you guys let me know if I am reaching with that one. As I mentioned earlier, losing the weight, getting into better health and fitness is going to increase the people that are attracted to you. But outside of that, I mean, she has her natural hair, you know, she has some lashes going on, but whatever, different strokes for different folks. So yeah, I think it's really just the attitude and the weight. But anyways, you guys do let me know why you think guys are not approaching her or why she's alone. And yeah, also let me know if you guys are alone, and if you are, why. I've enjoyed this conversation. I hope you guys did too. Please do like and subscribe, and I look forward to speaking with you guys next time. Bye.